grants that are now going to be in the form of loans.
Exactly.
Credit-worthy loans.
Well, yeah, and they have to be credit-worthy.
Okay. Tell us all about it.
Well, right now, we're looking at people like myself with an income of $12,000, $15,000, $18,000, mostly seniors that have lived in the city for over 30, 40 years. And this was a grant program, meaning that after July 31st of last year, Mayor Dugan made the grant.
Dugan by
well, I'd say Dugan because he's Dugan us. I know exactly what he's doing.
I just want to clear it up.
Yeah, no problem.
He's Dugan us. Huh?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, because it's the seniors like myself and many others who will not qualify.
You sure it's not the cousins?
We say cousins.
Well, yeah, I'm going to talk about that in a moment. This comment he made about our cousins.
I don't know.
Y'all heard it, didn't you? He made a comment about why government is being transparent now, because in the past, we basically had our cousins, getting the benefits, of folks who were city employees. So now we're going to make everybody disclose whether or not their cousins got anything. I'm just joking,
Oh, I don't know. All I know is it's federal free money that we've been getting previously that he's now made into a loan.
Right.
And it's going to leave out a lot of people who have a need for home repairs, roofs, windows, porches. And we've been writing Representative Robinson here. And
if anybody's going to fight and stuff like that, you know what? When I was running for Congress, I would say this is true, because whenever I fly in, I would always feel like when I left the Bahamas, I was flying back into the Caribbean, because there's so many blue tarps on people's roofs that I thought I was about to help Stella get her groove back. I mean, these are folks that I know, by the way, who've owned homes for 30 and 40 years.
Exactly.
Homes are paid for, taxes are paid, but don't have the income to repair their roofs.
Right, and this money, the Community Development Block Grant Funds, is explicitly for low to moderate income and for low to low moderate income.
Yeah. Kelly, want to say something?
Okay, I just want to have some clarification. This is the CBG
Community Development Block Grants money. Yeah.
But, I mean, for us in government, at least for me in Lathrop, this is the acronym is the CBG funds, correct? CBB. Yeah.
CBB, right. They come out of HUD.
Oh, I understand what it is.
Traditionally, in Detroit, we've bifurcated those funds. Some of the funds have been used for, capital improvement.
Right.
But monies always have been set aside for
seniors.
For seniors and for home repair.
Yeah, go ahead. $2 million has been set aside for seniors. Okay. I'm specifically talking about the $5 million that they've allocated for the home repair that was used for. The $5 million that they've allocated for the loan using LIFT, which is getting $1.6 million to implement a loan program, when in fact it's $5 million that should be given to the grant program.
Let's do this. You mentioned State Representative Rosemary Robinson, one of my idols. I helped her run for office when I was 17, and she's still a stalwart, still standing strong, still speaking strong for people. What do you think about all this?
Well, I have to apologize to Ms. Moore. She told me she wrote me a letter 2 weeks ago.
Well, several times.
Well, there are several letters?
Yes, you do.
Well, okay. That's not my MO, by the way.
Okay.
But I have been very busy. I've been focusing on corrections and men in prison, and I'm sorry. My seniors are important because I have used and had many people be available to have their homes repaired. But I apologize to you publicly, Mr. Moore, and I'll take care of it today.
Okay, well, then not just you, some others, Conyers, and...
well, don't put me in the same bag.
No, I'm just simply saying that I hear what you're saying, but I'm saying we've also contacted Conyers and Debbie Stabenow and a number of others.
Well, and the reason we have you on here now is it's something that people can specifically do, somewhere they can call to voice their concerns. We have a whole transition that's going on in the city, and my whole effort, when I talk about Detroit Generation Residents Council, is that we ought to have equitable and comparable funding for folks who've never left as those who are just coming back. Everything, there's a few funding kurtosis going on. How do we correct that, and what do you suggest people do? Either you chime right in.
Well, I remember back in the 80s when I was with Irma Henderson's office, and we handled the Neighborhood Opportunity Funds being part of the Community Development Block Grant Program, and those were always grants.
Right.
The concept of making those loans, that's a travesty. That's a perversion of the whole program.
Right.
Can I just say something? My whole deal is I understand that. I just believe that we have to start, as folks in the city of Detroit, the ones that live in the neighborhood, we need to come up with our own money to help seniors and stuff like that.
From where?
Our pockets. we spend money.
We have it already. It's federal money.
I can understand that federal monies, but there's some humanistic monies that we spend and money leaving the city of Detroit from our community that to be put back.
All right. As of today, as of right now, I believe in putting legs on ideas. We're going to create the Keith Housing Roof Repair Program. And I want you to go put a bank account Monday.
I can show you how
and next Saturday, we'll tell people how to donate the money to help put.
Because we got to start taking care of each other.
Here's the argument we had in the past.
Right.
And it's not an either or. Søren Kierkegaard, great Swedish philosopher, said it's never an either or. It's generally a both and. So there's nothing wrong with us doing for ourselves. But why should we not get monies that are specifically available? I didn't say you did. I just want to clarify that we're not saying it's either or. It's both and.
Right. Well, I'm here for the interest of the fact that we have federal funds, it's federal free funds, and if we're entitled to it, we should be able to get it. And for Representative Robinson, I'm not attacking you. I'm just okay, great.
No, because we wouldn't let that happen.
No problem. Okay, no problem. But I want to clear that we have.
How big our son is?
Yeah, I saw it.
Come on, this one right here.
Yeah, but we've been doing this since July of last year, trying to get public awareness and representatives.
You guys are struggling. We got some callers, 313-568-1200. We got from now to the end of the day, we want everyone to chime in on every conversation. Let me first bring Keith on. He's got an event the Capitals are doing that may be of some interest to you. Eric, I'm sorry. Come right on.
Hey, good morning, Horace, Kelly, Keith, and the rest of your guests. And actually, I'm calling about an event that the Deficit Theta has that's going on today as well as next March 21st. There's a two-part expungement fair taking place at their facilities, their headquarters on West 7 Mile and Grand River. They're preparing applications for filing of adult felony and misdemeanor expungement, adult felony and misdemeanor expungement, free legal advice. Volunteer attorneys will be on site.
Now, Eric, let me back you up real quick because everybody doesn't know what expungement is. Expungement means to get rid of your record.
Get rid of your record, correct.
Yeah, wash it clean, like what can wash away my sin, you know? Get rid of it. Gone.
And when I'm in the city of Detroit, there's so many people having criminal records and not being able to be hireable. This will assist individuals in taking care of that and, get them on the roads to be hireable as well as voting again and all that matter. It takes place at their headquarters from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. today, February 21st, and March.
And that's on 7 Mile near Grand River, right?
7 Mile near Grand River.
Deltas. Okay. And they can go there today and get this done, right?
They can go today and get it done. And your attorney, Barry, he's going to be a part of the program today. I hooked him up with them. He's going to be earlier.
Oh, yeah. And by the way, he was trying to figure out who you were. Now I've got 2 and 2 together. He was the one he was looking for. Okay. Thank you, Eric.
Okay.
Let's go to City Councilwoman Mary Sheffield, who wants to weigh in on this conversation. Welcome to my show, Mary.
Thank you. Good morning.
Do I know you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Go right ahead.
Good morning. I just wanted to call in. I heard I think it was Deborah who's there. Is it Deborah?
No, Miss Moore. Miss Moore.
Miss Moore. I'm sorry, Miss Moore. Miss Moore. She's a District 5 resident, Miss Moore. And I was hearing you all talk about the CDBG funding. And I just wanted to call in because that came before council. I was the only one to oppose that particular vote that would take away CDBG block grant funding to start this home repair loan program. And I think I have been the loudest voice in opposition to this. The mayor knows my position on it. And during budget season, I've let Ms. Moore know that I plan on trying to find funds to refund that pot of money. So
I think that's a wonderful thing. But you know what you might want to do? You might want to research. And by the way, Arthur Bowman's here, who worked as Irma Henderson's chief of staff. You know, he's really good at what he does. You might want to look into some HUD regulations on that. And just see. I don't know. I've been associated with the CDBG, and got NOF, funding and all of that. And just philosophically, from the standpoint of who needs help the most. But I guess I'm just saying, don't give up. Just see if there's some other ways to make it happen.
Right. And I just wanted to let residents know, too, a lot of the seniors who have been calling about it, the CDBG funds, there was a report that I requested at the table. Ms. Moore, that report is done and it's available online so that you can see exactly how much is available. There's still some funds available in the emergency home repair grant fund, but the regular home repair grant has now been eliminated to start this home loan repair. I'm having an event on Monday at the Church of the Messiah. We'll have a representative from the planning department to talk about this new transition. We also have the Heat and Warmth, the Thaw there will be there. DTE will be there. Wayne Metro will be there to give residents other offers and assistance to help with home repair as well. It's this Monday from 6 to 8 p.m.
And can I make a recommendation?
Mm-hmm.
When I ran for Congress, the foreign relations budget, which is about 1% of the federal budget, go look at the allocations we give to foreign nations, even nations that we don't even curry favor with. I think you need to take this advocacy to another level. I think that people who have blue tops on their roofs, whose homes are paid for, taxes are current, there ought to be some federal funds and some private money. I've had this conversation with Dan Gilbert and his crew a couple of weeks ago. I was asked to come down to meet with them. I think you ought to shepherd that and herald that as a legitimate way to raise some funds. These are people who are long-term residents who simply cannot afford to fix their roofs. And if we can't use community development block grant monies or monies previously committed, then let them find some more money. Maybe the mayor can ask his cousins to get some of that money. You know what I mean?
May I also comment that this is an annual program? So
right.
people
it's refunded, yes.
Yeah, every year it's the city of Detroit has to apply again. So for those people who don't want the loan this year, if enough people become and make our elected officials aware, maybe we can change this for next year.
All right, thank you. Appreciate that, Councilwoman Sheffield, and you need to come be on my show in the studio. People clamor for you, and
yes,
I need a little you to rub off on me too. So you know. Yeah, I know it's my daughter, but you know, I gave her something. I just give me something back. All right, thank you, man. All right, love my daughter, man. I'm so proud of my daughter. I just can't tell you. Barbara, welcome to the show.
How everybody doing?
Wonderful.
I don't know if people or y'all have became aware. I want to talk about the water. What's going on at the water and sewage?
Man, I'm just going to pause because the lady was trying to give her information and she just kept on getting cut off. I know how studio is run. You got phone calls coming. You have people on hold. You want to get them on. And because the person sitting in the studio, which is going to be there until after the show ends and talk and conversate, I already know. But I want that lady information. I'm going to say this. I don't care what label description you own the talk show, the governmental officials are trying to have meetings and discuss. All that is a waste of time. Bottom line, there's constitutional federal contract law that states you cannot take nothing from nobody unless they are convicted of a crime, and we know some convictions are fraudulent and that people are innocent. So I'm not going to, when people say, oh, can you elaborate and explain? If you are dysfunctionally programmed, I'm not going to waste the time. Because keep on talking and elaborating on it and all this and that. It's the protocols of the educated people asking you some questions, and you are a regular citizen, and the educated people are the ones that shouldn't even have this issue happening. These educated, certificate, and all the other individuals in government and or et cetera are the ones that should have everything running smoothly. And the citizens that don't know the details or have the capacity of getting the details, or when they go and try to get the details, they ignore, put on hold, or receive the information. And when they try to implement things, the dysfunctionally programmed citizens and those educated people that go and commit to those protocols that the powers that be have put up in front of us is just a waste of time and a obstacle that's going to make you submit to what they have implemented on us and take deals. There's no need for no deals and discussion. Things are supposed to be running smoothly in the United States. I am so sick and tired. Everybody's doing what they doing. It's 1% is one thing nobody's not doing. We have too many groups and organizations doing the same thing. Some do it better than others. Some just feed us to the wolves. Consent and submit to deals that don't even supposed to be implemented. All you need to get the minimum 51% of citizens together, and ain't no front runner. It's just an organizer to organize everything, but it's really not organizing. It's a community, village, city, the city of Detroit residents together, minimum 51%. And you have to know and realize that you're going to have some sellouts and some people that jump off and go on to the powers that be and or et cetera and try to hem us up. But let them go on, do their thing, and let their own actions and behavior be their pitfall, their trap door. We need 51% of all the citizens under the legitimate organization that's already implemented, a Detroit resident. And all these government officials that represent the city of Detroit, they are our community activists and leaders and all this, but they not doing their thing right. So we have to get together, this 51% of Detroit residents, because we already in the organization.